Yeah, I was thinking the thing. And Melkor is like, "Don't hate me because you ain't me." Yeah.
Yeah, he should be fairly.
He's
full
a full tilt diva,
in what he said,
as Tony Stark would say.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
No, he totally is.
Yeah, it takes one, Tony.
Yeah, he wants it.
A tower to the sky with his name built on. Oh, darn.
All right. Yeah. So.
Yes, a full tilt diva with thick and wavy hair. Yes, you can get your thick and wavy hair out of this.
Okay, we've been going for a long time, and I haven't done a reintroduction. I think what I might do is I might just record introductions and add them in and add them into the YouTube video, because I was terrible at keeping track of it last time, and clearly, if you look at the time, that's just going to continue. So I'll have to fix it afterwards.
Fix it in post.
I don't know about easier, but yeah. So anyway, I'm not a very good video editor. I'm using like the YouTube tools. So anyway, so we finish up the. Okay, so the meeting is kind of beginning to draw to, like everybody's starting to. Maybe Omo has just finished saying, well, if it's not any of you, there's nobody else. And is that a little too much? Is that a little heavy-handed to have him walk in then? Okay.
A little, because that's like a perfect intro. So for someone to just randomly appear when they were called. I mean, unless you want to do the speak of the devil and he will appear thing, where I don't know if that applies in Middle Earth.
Well, there's
but then that's almost like they summoned him, and
true.
We're not trying to go that route. So I think he should just come in on his own, and his arrival disrupts the meeting. It's not like that someone said anything that led to it. It's more of a
stage,
hey, what's going on over here, and then the meeting breaks up.
I'd like to, as a side thing, I'd like Varda to be quiet during this meeting. I like her to not have anything to say. Like she's suspicious, because we just she's a thinker, but we just had her in the void, or on the edge of the void, talking to Melkor, and I feel like she would have a suspicion, maybe that it was him, but she hasn't voiced that suspicion because, right?
She doesn't know, right? So her being reserved can indicate
that she knows that
there was
and it can kind of foreshadow.
Okay.
We better get a great actress who can pull a great I have a bad feeling face. Yeah. Well, we've already established that we need some fantastic facial acting from her in the last episode, which is going to be so spectacularly difficult because there needs to be like light streaming from her face.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a problem for somebody
So Bree,
else.
if you're watching this,
yeah. Well, she actually
did
her art streaming today, right?
Yep, absolutely.
And
I'm going to be
Varda was who she focused on, right?
Yeah, that's the effect. Yeah, that I couldn't. Why couldn't I do that? Anyway, the effects team's job. Yes, I agree. I'm going to be posting a link to her her streaming, her Twitch streaming page in the description from this video, and I'm going to do that. Moving on, I want to put as many resources out there available as I can. I'm sure that it can't hurt her to have her stuff promoted either. So, anything that we can do to support her, given how much effort she's put in, is fantastic. Yes.
Yeah, she says she's going to do it every 2 weeks, Karita. So like the days
that the main podcast takes place, it'll be the next day at 3:30 p.m. next Saturday following. Yeah. It was good.
Yeah, so hopefully
so at what point do we have Melkor enter then?
Okay, so Ulmo has to express some frustration and suspicion. Yavanna has to think it's a big problem. Some of the other Valar have to be like, why are we even bothering? This will all sort itself out. Probably.
When Yavanna is making her case, maybe?
I don't know
suggest?
who all else is going to... Yeah. So, like...
Yeah.
There have to be at least some voices in between those three voices. I don't know what they'd be saying, but then Yavanna has to be like, no, here's why this matters, guys. This is what's going on.
Yeah.
This is going to get worse, and we should take care of it now before it becomes a problem. And as that's happening is when Melkor shows up. And that way it's not quite so much like he walks in like, you called?
So what, like, no. What are we doing then? How do so he struts in. Does he really think that they're just going to like open arms? Right. So he's got to know.
Experienced some rejection from them.
It's not going to go perfectly.
So he's not.
It will give big cues about him being a bad guy if he can hear part of Yavanna's passionate plea for her work and be unmoved. Yeah. No, I agree. Him coming in at that moment, I feel is the right moment. So, but yeah, I mean, he brought his posse, so obviously he came in expecting that there was going to be some level of ruckus.
Yes, and I think he can show some disregard or disdain for Almarin. Like he can be not impressed by Almarin. Because later he's going to be shown up by Valinor, right? Like you don't know is his great thing, and then when Valinor happens and the trees happen, he's like, oh, I don't have that. So he's going to feel a little bit like, oh, I'm not as cool as them later. But right now he's cooler in his own mind. Yeah. So he's not going to be concerned by Yavanna's plight, so that's going to make him look like a bad guy. He's not going to give any compliments about Almarin and say, hey, I like what you guys did with the place. It's going to be disregard for other people's stuff. Yeah, his sandbox is bigger and prettier. Yes, exactly. So he's brushing over.
So he's saying something to the effect of
things that make it obvious that he's
this
not.
This is nice what you guys have done. I mean,
I don't think he even has to say that much. I think he can pretty much ignore it. Be like,
okay. So he doesn't even comment on it.
I mean,
because if he comments on it, it kind of indicates that
all their work.
Yeah. Okay.
Noticing. Yeah. So he either doesn't comment at all, total disregard, or such a weak comment that it's barely acknowledging that they did it.
So
something very.
I mean, obviously, we don't want to wrap up the entire episode in this conversation. So it's gotta go somewhere. So the question is, does Manwë take him aside, or do they? Is something said to him that makes him be like, well, obviously, I'm not welcome here. So if you guys want to check out what something really cool, it's up over there, and you can check it out. But I'm out. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the Manwë that we've been painting should at least try to.
Manway is going to be concerned when Melkor shows up, but not because he's worried about his own position. He's worried about somebody who doesn't seem to be a team player. He's worried about making him part of the team.
No,
so
it wouldn't even occur to him that that's
an issue. Manway has no real concern for his own seat of authority. Right. But Melkor would take that lack of concern for, oh, the seat must be open then, and I'm taking it. So Melkor is spending this episode
he's the one who should be in charge,
kind of fighting for. Right. So he's making moves from his arrival. I mean, the whole reason he's coming to hang out in Almarin is not because he wants to hang out with these guys. It's because he wants to absorb them into his hive mind, and he's looking for minions and would like them to get on board, please.
Right.
So he
kind of showed up to kind of rattle their cages a little bit,
from the very
at least to start off with. And if we see Manway kind of pull him aside, maybe maybe somebody's getting in his face or something like that. Either Olmo or Yavanna possibly. And now I hear an outtake of Manway trying to connect with him, and Melkor doing the "Why are you so obsessed with me?" line from Mean Girls. Yeah. But and Manway intervening, basically, come here, like this. This is not solving anything. We're not fixing anything. Let's talk. Seeing Manway taking that position kind of sets us up for where he's going to be going, and sets up his arc for the rest of the season.
Yeah. So Manway has to make an effort, but it has to not be a
and
I'm the leader here.
As we got
hey,
a very strenuous warning in the forums from earlier this week, that last week, it can't be a pacification move either, which I agree with. Yeah. He's not at no point is he giving in to Melkor. Yeah.
No, and that's the thing, is Manway does have power here, and we need to not make him actually weak, because the whole point is the guy is weak, and we have to make sure that they don't know that's right. We have to. We do have to show him as someone who has personal strength, and is not going to just compromise and do what people just to keep the peace.
Right.
He take Czechoslovakia, no big deal. Like, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, no.
I just said he's not Hitler, but
Well, I mean, when you talk about pacification, that's one of the brothers in odds, the more powerful stories and political figures war. I agree.
Yes, I love stories of brothers. Brothers are awesome in stories.
Yes.
They're also kind of awesome in real life, but stories are really awesome.
Yes. My brother is one of our viewers, so he's pretty awesome. So
my two brothers are not, so I can say whatever I want about them.
I have 4 brothers.
So, yeah, Karita, you win. You have the most brothers.
Yes, you do. I have 3 sisters, Karita, so I'm close. Oh, okay. All right. You got me.
Told you, she wins.
4 brothers and 3 sisters. Yep, you win.
Yeah, I only have 2 brothers and 2 sisters.
Okay, so the way that we get out of this conversation is Manway taking him aside. So what does he have to say to him? Does he start off with, like, firstly, I'm glad you're here. We know all the help we can get.
Yes, I think that Manway should view his rival as, okay, you're part of the team then.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever concerns and reservations he has about this, he's keeping back for now.
Yeah.
He can express that privately with Varda.
Yes.
When Varda's like, what are you doing? This is a problem. He's like, I know, but we need to do what we can with it. Like, he can't be like, what do you mean it's a problem?
Yeah.
But for this conversation, that's held back.
Right. I agree. Does he express, however, the concerns of the other Valar that their stuff is getting messed up?
Yes. Like, okay, we do need to talk about some things because apparently you weren't part of our earlier meeting, but
right. We've had trouble like this already. Can we give him in lines about we're brothers as well as you? We need you. There's that two people. Make more understanding. I think that there should be an element of that in what he says. But I don't think we're ready to go to this world needs you until after the conversation that we're having, Melkor have with Ulmo about snow and rain and stuff like that. Because ultimately, the world would not be as cool a place if Melkor had not been in at some point. We would lose. Yeah, make him cry when he falls in. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is supposed to be tragic. This is Silmarillion. Everything is going to be super tragic by the end.
Yes. That's what all he is. I just know it.
Yeah. That's the whole point. For first season, Melkor's fall should seem tragic, not you're just showing us where the supervillain came from.
Right.
Like, no. This is a tragedy. This path.
Yes. Once again, showing that if Elsa was actually a male, it would have been the birth of a supervillain because Hollywood is sexist the way that people don't think they are. Anyway, Frozen reference. Sorry.
I know. I don't know what else is.
Well, I know that everybody's watching it. So, there could be people in rocks. I don't know.
No, I think actually when Frozen was written, her character wasn't originally written as a character.
Yeah. And they just
rewrote it.
They couldn't pull the trigger on that.
But Princess is better than one. Because better than one Disney princess, two Disney princesses.
One who gets a promotion and money, yes.
Yes.
Okay. So anyway, where does this conversation go then? We have Manly kind of suggested to him that we've been finding ways to work together, and I know that I don't want to have him say something like, I can see the good in you or something like that, but we do want to have him say something to the effect of, I know you want to make stuff, and that's great. I don't know how to put that in a way that's going to make sense.
Yeah, because what we're trying to establish is that he needs to coordinate with the others, that he can't just do his own thing.
Right.
And
exactly.
Manly has already had that conversation with the Valar in general. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's time for him to, take what they've learned and apply it to a new guy and be like, hey, I know you're here. This is how we've been doing things, and I think you'll find it beneficial if you coordinate with other people before you just do your own thing. Like, and I'm using language that's totally the wrong language. Like, that's not.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. I understand.
Right. The dialogue's wrong, but the concept.
Yes.
Here's how we do things here. You're here now. Great. Do things our way.
I'm rubbish at dramatic dialogue, so I'm really wrecking my brain. I'm having this conversation will work out conversation. Well, I mean, in the real world, the closest real world comparison is, let's say that